Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Got some big news from D&D Beyond, the open beta that they're currently running. During the Stream of Annihilation, they did announce that they were hoping to have Phase 2 released in time for the end of the month, with Phase 3 to follow sometime thereafter. So I just checked, this morning, which is June 30th at the time I'm recording this, so it is the end of the month that they were hoping to have Phase 2 out for. And it looks like they released Phase 2 and 3, so right now the whole thing's available. So you got your compendium content, your character creator, and your homebrew content. So I'm not going to look at the homebrew content right now. What I want to look at and focus on is the character creator. So let's click on that. And, ooh, serve's not available. Okay, nope, we're good. I don't know what happened there. So character builder. My characters. Can we? Okay, here we go. So character slots. So if you're part of the beta test right now, there are currently you can have up to 6 character slots. Now it looks like you will be able to subscribe for unlimited character slots at launch, which looks like it's going to be a paid subscription. I'm not entirely sure. I honestly haven't followed that closely because if it is a paid thing, then I'm not going to stick with it. But if they let you have a free version that limits the character slots, I'd be okay with that too. So we got 6 character slots. Let's go ahead and create a character. So we've got standard, quick build, randomize. I'm going to go with standard because I'm not interested in doing the quick build or randomize. I want to see how in depth this goes. It has here show help text, which is ideal for beginners. Let's leave that on just so that if you're not familiar with the character creating process, you'll see what's there. So let's click on that. And I would say this is probably some of the help text. So, okay, and you can actually turn it on or off here. So, the help text, so I'm going to actually probably turn it off, I would say, after this, but it looks like it just goes over the steps that you would need to know, similar to what the information you would find in the basic rules or the player's handbook. So let's just, you know what, let's just leave it. We'll leave it. So go with names. Draven Swiftbow's character. Ooh, you can randomize. Okay, Valtris, Spinoa. Okay. That's kind of neat, actually. I don't mind the random name generator. That's pretty cool. At first, when I saw Draven Swiftbow's character and it says names by fantasy name generators, I was probably going to say that the fantasy name generator is broken, but it did give the randomized option. However, I'm going to go with my kind of go-to character, Draven Swiftbow, and I'm going to make him a 2nd level character. Homebrew content, so I'm going to say no to that. Advancement type, milestone, or XP, which is neat. Let's go with XP. Manage XP. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's just have a number that looks like something you would get at the end of a session. So, there. Apply. Okay, it's cool. Encumbrance type. Actually, I like this. So, encumbrance or no encumbrance or variant encumbrance. So, I don't personally track encumbrance in my home campaigns. I am actually going to I have enough people signed up for it now that I'm going to start doing D&D Adventurers League, and I think they track that a little more closely, so I'm going to probably have to use it for that. I just kind of use common sense, and the characters can't carry 3 times their weight in gear or stuff like that. But so let's just use encumbrance for now. And hit points, fixed or manual. So fixed is what you would get for your class automatically. But let's go with manual and see. I'm interested to see if there's like a number generator that goes with that. So let's just go next. So choose a race. Okay, so this is the help text. Let's get rid of that and just go right to the options here now. So choose a source, basic rules, or elemental evils companion. So they did add, which is probably a good time to mention, they did add some of the races and spells from the elemental evil player's companion. So you got the Aarakocra, we got the Genasses, the Deep Gnome, and the Goliath. But I want to be an elf, and I want to be a wood elf. Just click on that. So this gives all their racial information. So that's pretty cool. So let's just choose the race. Alright, so racial traits +2 dexterity, dark vision, keen senses, fey ancestry, and trance. And then we got the wood elf, so wisdom. What's this? Okay, but I get +1 to wisdom, so why is that not there? Oh, okay. So I don't like this. I think this is something that I would probably send off as feedback. It gives all the information up here. I guess it doesn't give the breakdown of what dark vision and this stuff means, but here it does. Fleet of foot and fleet of foot. So there's definitely some redundancy, because it gives you, like, you can expand the options, but they're also right up here anyway. And for your ability score increase, I don't see why they can't just combine the two. Like, why your race and sub-race can't be included in the same thing, because that, again, that's just kind of redundant and a little bit confusing if you're just looking at it on a glance. So I think that can be polished a bit. Let's go make our ranger. And this just goes over all the information that the rangers get. Looks like all of their level dependent abilities are actually described here. So it goes all the way up to 20th, which is pretty cool. Now, third, because rangers aren't part of the basic rules. Okay, you don't choose the archetype until third. So it just gives the hunter. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I guess the good news is that you're not limited to the D&D basic rules for your character creator, which is good in terms of the classes. Now, the races are still limited, but at least it gives, because the basic rules only have the fighter, cleric, rogue, and wizard. So it's good that you can go kind of beyond that. So I like that. So we are level 2. So hit points, level 2, hit points still showing as first level. Let's click on hit points for a second here. That wasn't hit points. Let's try that again. Manage HP. Alright. We're learning this together. So, 12, no, okay. So Ranger, D10, roll, and you just, okay, so you can just modify it there. Just go down to 10, because that's what I would have had first level. Bonus hit points, okay. Okay. But I don't see a random number generator. Now I like the modifier, which is interesting, because this way, if there's certain attacks in the game, necrotic attacks, that reduce your maximum hit points temporarily, like until you complete a rest or some other thing happens. So I like that they incorporated that in there. So that's pretty cool. But I don't like that there's no random number generator. So luckily I have dice nearby. Just a second here. Okay, so let's just roll a d10 and see what I get. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And apply. And I don't see... Okay, manage HP. 1, 2... Oops, 14. Apply. Alright, let's leave that for now, and hopefully it'll show properly at the end. Proficiencies, okay. So, the skills. So here's the thing. I think you're still limited to the basic rules backgrounds, which don't have a lot. Nothing really geared specifically towards a ranger. So I think the folk hero I think it gives you, I want to say survival and something else. And I know you get perception for being an elf, so I'm not going to choose that. So let's go with nature, because I'm pretty sure they don't get that. And then we'll go with insight. And I don't think folk hero would give you stealth. So let's go with those. Favorite enemy, choose a language. So we got here, Blink Dog is apparently a language. Whoa, oh, okay, it's got Druidic. Now, Druids are the only ones that can actually speak Druidic. Well, let me choose it even though I'm not a Druid? It lets me choose it even though I'm not a Druid. Okay, I'm not going to pick that because that's... Let's go with Orc. And the list of options, so humanoids. Natural Explorer, so this lets me choose a terrain type that I'm familiar with. I am a Wood Elf, so let's go with Forest. And Fighting Style. And I like to be an Archer, so let's go with Archery. And, oh, I get spells, so let's manage some spells here. So I know 2 spells. And I have to have Cure Wounds. And Hunter's Mark, I like that one. Okay. So back to manage. So those are my spells. Let's go next. Ability scores. Okay. So generation method. Standard, manual, or point buy. So standard. Let's click on standard first to see how that works. So you got, it looks like a drop down menu. Okay. So with standard you have set ability scores and you assign them. So let's just put a 10 into strength. And the 10 should be gone. Okay, so the 10 is gone. The 15 there. Okay. I actually kind of like that. That's pretty cool. But let's go on to manual next. So is there a generator? There does not look like a number generator. So let's see how badly I can cheese this. Okay, and it fills in the information as it goes along, so wow, okay. So, word of advice, if you're a DM and your players are using D&D Beyond, you're letting them use that, pay very close attention to what numbers they're entering in here, because as you can see, it's pretty easy to just say that you got max stats. Okay, so yeah, be very careful about that. So let's look at point buy last, and we'll stick with point buy. So 27 points. Strength, go with 10 because as an archer I'm going to focus on dexterity and would use finesse weapons, like short swords. Give ourselves maximum dexterity. Give ourselves 12 constitution for now. And let's just try to get rid of any negatives. Wisdom I'd want for spellcasting. So let's put that at... I get +1, so let's put that at 13. Excuse me, I still get 3 points. So let's put those all into Constitution, if we can. And we can. Alright, so 10, 15, 14, 10, 13, and 10. Nothing spectacular, but no penalties, which is good. Alright, I'm satisfied with that, so let's move on to next. So character details. Alignment. I am going to be chaotic good. Faith, I'm not worried about that. And there's no drop down, so you can just type in whatever. Lifestyle, so this is pretty cool. I know Adventures League tracks this, so how do I live? So I'm just going to say that I live a modest lifestyle. Physical characteristics, and again, you just looks like you type it all in, so let's just do this quickly. Just gotta stop doing that. Brown hair, skin, fair, eyes, green, height, 5 foot, 5 inches, weight, 145 pounds. Age, we'll go with 115. Gender, male. Okay, so personal characteristics. Personality traits. Okay, lets you choose that before your background, which is interesting. So what happens is when I click on... Okay, So you got to fill in the traits manually, looks like. Now, let's go with background. Let's choose a background first. So we'll go with folk hero. And see, so we got suggested characteristics. Okay, so these are the things that you would get. You can roll or choose, but it doesn't. Can I click on? No, I can't. So I can't click on one just to say that's what I have. Excuse me. So let's. Can I should be able to copy and paste though. So let's just go personality traits, which I think is for whatever reason on the bottom. They have these in reverse order. I don't think I like that as much. I judge others by their actions, not their words. So copy, and let me see if it'll just let me paste it in there. Okay. Do you have to hit enter? Nope. Can I just X out? Okay, cool. All right, so let's just do this quickly. So ideals. Freedom. Tyrants must not be allowed to oppress the people. Respect. People deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. So let's just go with chaotic, I guess, and fill that in. Oh. Okay, bonds. I work the land. I love the land. I will protect the land. It makes sense for a ranger. So we'll plop that in there. The reason I'm filling all of these out, I just want to see what it puts on the actual. I think it generates character sheet at the end. And flaw. Whoops. Flaw. The tyrant. I'm convinced of significance of my destiny. Trouble trusting my allies. Why not? Why not? Okay, so I guess another thing of feedback that I would probably send off is it would be nice if you would select your personality traits below your background, so you have your background selected, and then have the ability to choose from the list, like say down here, click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, so you can just click on it to select it, or have an option to input your own. So I think it'd be kind of nice to have that. To make it a little bit quicker, but that's fine. Artisans Tools. Let's go with Brewers Supplies. So Rustic Hospitality just gives you that information. That's just the list of things to choose from. So let's go next. And equipment. Okay. So starting equipment or starting gold. So I'm going to go with starting equipment. Okay. Now it doesn't let me choose, so it gives the options here, A or B. So let's just go with manage equipment. Let's go to add equipment. Alright, leather. Now, this is sort of a minor nitpick, but as a Canadian, I want to spell armor this way, and it brings up nothing. So if you're Canadian and you spell using sort of the the British or the Canadian way of spelling things like armor, you're not going to find anything. So do that. Even with. Okay, it's kind of specific. So let's just look at wow. It's armor of acid. Is it letting me? Okay, that's. I guess I'm second level, so it kind of makes sense that I might find something like that. But let's get rid of that. And let's just say, so add equipment, go back, leather. Okay. Let's go with studded leather. I think by second level I should be able to have studded leather, so that's fine. So close out of that. Okay, where'd it go? Okay, unequipped and equip. Okay, I got you. Alright, so that's that. So let's go back to add equipment. So by second level, also makes sense that I should have a longbow. I'm not going to give myself any magical stuff, but it does let me. So again, you know, obviously you kind of need to be on your honor system when it comes to this. So let's go short sword and add. And the last thing I'd want are arrows. So I'll give myself 3 quivers of arrows. Short sword. Give myself 2 of those. Okay. So let's go back to manage. Alright, so weapons. Now here's a question. Well, let me equip all of them, which is good. I mean, I can't use them all at once, but it works out. So arrows. And I've got my stud leather equipped. Okay. So that's that. Total weight, 22 pounds. I'm carrying everything, so that's fine. Currency, let's go with currency. Okay, so this is obviously another honor system thing. I'm not going to work, let's just say by now I have 57 gold and 32 silver, 15 copper. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Alright, I kind of like that. And I guess that's it. So let's just have a look at character sheets. Alright, sorry about that. The battery died right as the character sheet loaded. So I'm going to make this quick because I only got to plug it in for a little bit. I don't want to take too long here. But let's have a look at the actual sheet itself. So it's got the name. It's got a little experience bar underneath there as well, which is kind of cool. But you can see it's partially, I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but it is partially filled. See if I can get a little bit closer there. It's kind of a green color. Again, I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. +2 proficiency bonus, so my armor class. The thing I don't like here, though, is I'm a wood elf, but it doesn't have my base speed of 35 in there, so that's something that you're going to have to keep in mind. If you play a wood elf, your movement should be 35 feet, so it only has the 30 in there, so that didn't update, so that's a bit of an issue. Passive perception, initiative, and it did bring over the proper hit points, it would appear. So yeah, 14, and no, it didn't. It did not bring over the hit points. So it was still showing as if it was 12. Because I get +4 for my constitution. So that's a bit of an issue as well. It didn't actually accept the hit point total that I put in. So that's a problem. That right there is definitely a problem because it listed as 12. I tried to put it to 14. That didn't take. So that's something to keep in mind. The skills look like they're all right. Perception I get, nature, stealth, survival, insight. So that all looks pretty good. And over here it has your items, so I get +5 to hit with my bow, damage d8 +3, the weight, short sword, so I got the same thing there, and short bow. I must have accidentally clicked on short bow instead of short sword, but anyway, that's fine. So that's alright, I like the way that looks. Then we got down here our features, so we got our racial traits. And fleet of foot. So yeah, it does list it there that my base speed should be 35. It just didn't update on the sheet itself. So that's fine. So it brings all those there. So that may be why it has all that, I guess. A little bit of the redundancy. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the 2 different ability score increases, so dexterity and wisdom. So background gives you all your background information. Character details. Physical characteristics, so it's got all that. It didn't accept my weight though. I'm pretty sure I put something in there. So that's kind of strange. Physical character. No, sorry, that's the same one I just clicked on. And the personality traits. It did accept all those, but I'm positive that I put in the weight. I think it was around like 140, I thought. So strange that didn't take. I didn't fill in any of the other notes here, like organizations or stuff like that, but it gives you all that. So limited use, don't think I have anything that I regain on a short rest as of yet. And it's got my spells. So what's great is it actually gives the spell description here, so I do like that. I think that is definitely a positive, that you can just do that. It gives you your spell casting, so you can cast it. Yeah, so that's actually not bad. I like a lot of this. There are a few issues that I have. I mean, the hit points are definitely a problem. Where I had entered that in, it didn't accept my weight, which is interesting, unless I forgot to hit enter, but I'm pretty sure I had that filled in properly. Yeah, other than that, I like this. I think this is definitely a good start. There are some things that they could certainly fix. I mean, like I said, we don't need the redundancies of, the 2 separate ability score increases. They could probably incorporate that all into one. I understand why they have that and the kind of the description on the other previous section now, because this is what shows up on the sheet. And again, it didn't accept the increase in movement speed either, which is a bit of an issue. So some kinks and some bugs to work out, but overall this is what it looks like. So this is everything that it shows. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I'd be okay with them, like I said, just a few things that need to be fixed. Inspiration. Okay, so you can click it on or off, which again I like. Don't know what that does. Let's click on the anvil and see. Okay, so it looks like it takes us back to edit it. So let's have a look and just go through real quick, just to see. So let's manage the hit points again. So I had gotten, like I said, I rolled a 4, so it should have been 10 for first level, 4 for second level. So it still doesn't seem to be taking it though. That I don't like. So again, so apply, still there. So what happens if I do 2 override HP? It's not taking that. Total fixed. Total fixed, possible, total possible. Okay, so that still seems to be an issue. It's still not taking the hit points, so that is a problem. I think that's something that definitely needs to be figured out. And the weight, I thought I had 140 in there, so let's just leave that, put that back in there. So click on next. Next, view character sheet. Let's see if it's on there now. Maybe I could have screwed that up, so let's just have a quick look. Personal characteristics, there's the weight there. Okay, so that did take. The hit points are still an issue though. The hit points still did not take, and there's no way to fix them here either. So that's the biggest issue I'd say right now, is that the hit point thing doesn't seem to be working if you input manually. Other than that, like I said, I really like this character generator. As a DM though, make sure you oversee what your players are entering in, where they can enter their own their own currency. They can enter in, there's a lot of stuff that they could possibly do that's technically considered cheating. Not that I suspect people will necessarily do that, but, oversee what your players are doing and review their characters before, they start playing. So, but that's that. So if I go back into my characters, we've got my level 2 ranger there. So we can view, we can edit, and we can delete. So it's probably a good thing that you can actually delete the saved character just in case, so it's not like you only have 6 slots and when they're used you're done. So that's good. I was kind of worried about that a little bit, but there we go. So that is the character generator for D&D Beyond. I hope this was somewhat helpful. Again, there's all different classes and stuff, so there's probably more options and other things that we can do. I'm going to send off a little bit of feedback on the racial modifier stuff, as well as the speed not updating and the hit points not updating being kind of a big problem there. But other than that, like I said, I like it. I'm going to keep an eye on it, see what they do for updates, and in the next day or so, I'll do another video where I look at some of the homebrewed stuff. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.